All right, good morning to all our friends at home and everybody here in school today. So we're anxious to have you guys back, but until you're back, we're going to try to make it like we are in school with us. So we're going to start our math lesson today, and we're going to start by reading our learning target. So let's read that together on the count of one, class. 3, 2, 1. We can count by units of 6 to multiply and divide using number bonds to decompose. So we're going to be using units of 6, because remember Module 3 is no longer really focusing on your 3s and your 4s and your 5s and your 2s. Module 3 is we're focusing on 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s, okay? So, but what we want to do first is I want to have you complete the exit ticket from yesterday. But before, and I am going to score it. So before we do that, we're going to do a little fluency on the board with that skill. So if you remember yesterday, we learned how to use a letter for our unknown. So I'm going to give you a couple problems like that and see if you can use a letter for your unknown. All right, so here's your first one. It's going to be pretty simple. 21 divided by 7 equals C. Go ahead and write that, and then underneath I want you to write what C equals. Write it on your personal whiteboard. We're not going to have any special word today. Got it? When you got it, go ahead and show me. I'll tell you if you have to try again. Try again. Try again. I like the way these two are actively seeking an answer. You got to write it just like I did. You got it. You got it. You got it. There we go. I want to see the whole thing. Very good. Look at Ellie's board. That's what I want to see. I want you to write this, and then I want you to write this underneath it. Okay? So what does C equal, class? C equals 3. How did we get that? We got that by skip counting by 7s. 7, 14, 21. We got 3 fingers. We stopped and we got 21. C equals 3. Let's try another one. Times 4 equals 20. Go ahead and figure out what D equals. Got it. Okay. We're learning to write it. That's the way I want it. I want it to be like that. Good. Good. Nice job. Very good. Very good. Good. Okay, so the way we write this is we have to figure out what times 4 equals 20. So what do? We skip down by 4 till we get to 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Our answer is 5. So D equals 5. Okay? Here's one that is a little bit tricky. Let's see. So we had a division, we had a multiplication. Let's do another division. Sorry, gotta look at this example here. We're going to have divided by 4 equals 6. Like this. Divided by 4 equals 6. You got it. Try again. You got it? Try again. You got it. You got it. Very good. Try again. So, some of you are struggling a little bit with this one. So, E divided by 4 equals 6. Really, what are we looking for? We're looking for the total, right? 4 and 6 are really the factors that we would multiply to get to this total. So what does E equal? E equals 24, because we would skip count by 4 6 times, or we would skip count by 6 4 times. So E equals 24. Think about it, boys and girls. If you put the number 2 in here, which some of you said 2 equals 2. 2 divided by 4 equals 6. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. So sometimes a good strategy is to just guess and check. All right, let's do one more. So on your exit ticket, you're going to be expected to do this. You're going to be expected to solve problems with a letter in them and tell us what the letter represents. Sorry about that, everybody. I should have erased those because I want to see that I give you an example of every one. Okay, F equals 6 times 3. What does F equal? Got it. Okay. Got it? Try again. Got it. Got it. Try again. You got it. You got it. So what does F equal? In other words, we got to say, what equals 6 times 3? What is 6 times 3, class? 18. So what does F equal? F equals 18. Right? Pretty simple. If we were to replace that F with an 18, is this a true statement? 18 equals 6 times 3? Yeah. So you just have to think about this as your unknown and what number would you put in, okay? Now the next thing you're going to have to do on the exit ticket, you are going to have to solve a word problem and write both a multiplication and a division sentence for it. So we did quite a bit of this yesterday. Remember, I do want you to do read, draw, write, okay? So let's say you set the table, okay, at home, and it takes you 10 minutes to set the table, and you do it 5 nights a week, okay? So, 10 minutes to set the table. I don't think like that example. I'm trying to think of some which are facts that we really want to focus on. How about this one? Okay, you're doing math problems, okay? So you have math problems and it takes you 20 minutes to do 4 math problems. You know what I'm going to ask you? How many minutes does it take to do one? And I want you to use a letter. So, first thing you're going to do is draw a picture. It takes you 20 minutes to do 4 math problems. By the way, I should say there, it takes the same amount of time to do each problem. So I should put that in there. It takes the same amount of time. So go ahead and draw your picture. And write 2 number sentences, 1 multiplication and 1 division with a letter for your unknown, because your unknown would be What do we know? It takes you 20 minutes to do 4 math problems. 20 is the total, right? 4 math problems is the number of problems you do. I want you to draw 2 number sentences, total, multiplication, division. Identify the unknown in both. Then identify the unknown in both. And then write a yes. I like that. Wow. You gotta use the letter for your unknown. The letter for the unknown, remember that's what we did yesterday. Picture and target. Very good. Well, 20 is the number. You guys, your 2 knowns are 20 and 4. 20 and 4. I do like what most of you are doing. It says how many minutes does it take to do 1 math problem. So what would be a reasonable letter to use for our unknown? If we have to figure out how many minutes, what would be a good letter to use? Xavier. M. Can we all agree to use M? Because we have to figure out how many minutes. So let's have M as our unknown. So you need to write both a multiplication and a division sentence using M, and then tell me what M equals. So again, 4 and 20. So you're at 20. All right, we might not be ready for this exit ticket, so I'm going to go through this. You need to draw. So if I were taking a picture of this, I would do 4 math problems. So I would probably just do something like this. I like my circle. Takes 20 minutes, same amount of time for each one. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this I'm doing? Fair share. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? So, I counted until I got to 20. I had 4 math problems. What would my number sentence be? Well, my first number sentence would be 20. I divided it into 4 groups equals M. There's your unknown, boys and girls. Not yet. And then my next number sentence would be 4 groups times M equals 20. What does M equal, class? M equals 5. So, Ellie, do you see what I'm saying? You kept circling M as your unknown, but then you included, you put your M is 20. Your M is 5, your unknown. Okay? And then we need a TS. How many minutes does it take to do 1 problem? It takes, what did we say, 5 minutes to do 1 problem. So those of you who were confused, if you're writing your number sentences, what are your knowns? Your knowns are 20 and 4. How do you know? Because they're in your word problem. What is your letter going to represent? It's going to represent the number you're looking for. And then you have to write M equals. So go ahead and try that exit ticket. It's on page 15. I will come around and check it. When you are done, leave it on the corner of your desk and start on lesson 4 application problem. So friends at home, I'm gonna stop this video. This will be a separate assignment for you today. Watch this review, do it on a scrap piece of paper, and then do your exit ticket for lesson 3. I will be scoring it, okay? I would not put my purse away.